Hey, very good morning and welcome back to another Daily Market Outlook. My name is Fabio and thank you for tuning in. We are in the United Kingdom. If you know where we are, let me know in the comment section down below because we are here for a very, very special occasion where we're going to be going on a podcast. One of the first podcasts that we're going to be doing together with a prop firm. So I'm curious if you guys know who it's going to be. But yeah, if you do, let us know in the comment section down below. In the meantime, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to this video. We are nearly reaching 100,000 subscribers on the channel. Once we do reach 100,000, we will be doing the Asia live streams. And do not forget as well, there is a 25,000 funded challenge giveaway for those who help us get at least 10 more subscribers to the channel. Now, without further ado, let's just dive into EURUSD because euro dollar has been pushing up higher exactly as we wanted last week. Last week, Friday, we saw a little bit of slow price action and not exactly what we wanted or what we expected, but now we can see that today's candlestick and the Asia session have made up for that. Now, why is EURUSD pushing in towards the upside? Well, the main reason for that is because last night we had the European elections in Germany, where it was shown that the Conservatives were set to win the election with 29% of the votes, and the right-wing party, so that's the AFD, who is, let's say, very anti-Europe, which would have not been ideal for the euro, they have come in second, which is not obviously ideal because they want to, let's say, get out of the euro. They want to stop all the trade deals. They want to focus a little bit more on themselves, where the Conservatives are very pro-Europe. Now, the reason why we're now seeing a jump up again on EURUSD is because obviously this party wants to work together with the other European nations. However, there is one thing that we need to take into consideration from a fundamental perspective, and that is the fact that they still need to form a coalition. They do not have the majority in the parliament, which now causes for a very complicated situation where the Conservatives need to work together with other parties in order to gain a majority within that parliament, and this is or could cause implications on EURUSD pushing up further in towards the highs. However, for now, it is looking good, and I'm still looking for further upside. Obviously, we took out all of the descending trendline liquidity that we had here on the 4-hour time frame. We made a retest of that overall 4-hour demand zone. 4-hour fractal structure played out to absolute perfection, and then from there, we pushed up higher. As I mentioned in last week's video as well, you can always look for buys simply on the 0.5 fib of the overall fractal range. And as you can see here, that played out to absolute perfection. This is also an update that I shared inside Discord. And on the daily fractal range as well, again, you're going to be able to see that the 0.5 fib also did its work. So regardless if you took this position on, let's say, that 4-hour fractal structure or the daily fractal structure, that would have been an easy one-to-one on the daily, and then also an easy one-to-one there on the 4-hour time frame. Overall, looking now extremely bullish still. And I'll be looking for further upside on EURUSD into the week itself. What we're looking at here is the daily fractal structure now being broken in towards the upside. So here we have now a daily fractal break. This now means that this is now your daily fractal low, and therefore this is currently the area of demand that is in control. So I'm expecting still further upside here on EURUSD, and my overall target of 1.06300 still stands, which is the overall weekly liquidity. Remember, so that weekly little bump in the road that we have over here, that is currently my target for euro dollar. However, I am taking into consideration that we could see a short-term dump still if any news comes out about implications of forming a coalition in Germany. That could cause EURUSD to dump down lower, but as long as this low over here holds on the daily, I'm still happy with looking for that further upside. So either looking for this or looking for a smaller pullback and then again more upside. Going into the 1-hour time frame for today, we can very clearly see that we are retracing. We have this overall daily area of demand now in control. Down below over here, we also have a 1-hour demand zone. Down below over here, we have another 1-hour demand zone. So enough 1-hour demand zones that are still fresh. Obviously, there's no liquidity in the overall push up. What does this most of the times mean? It means that we are very likely going to liquidate the initial area of demand. So I would prefer, if we do see a deeper retracement, to look for longs from this area of demand and then liquidate the initial area over here. But if we start forming a demand chain already this morning, then I'll just be looking to get in on that demand chain up higher. For now, sellers are in control. Here we have a supply zone. Here we have a supply zone. So now obviously we want to start breaking this high over here, and then I'll look to get in on the 15-minute longs. So yeah, that's what I have for EURUSD. Going into the dollar index here on the daily time frame. I know, again, a little bit of a messy chart, but you guys know what we're looking for. Played out to absolute perfection last week. we were looking for that for the downside, and we still are. Again, remember from last week's analysis, we had this overall lower time frame uptrend here on the 1 hour time frame with the dollar index pushing up higher and higher, and now we broke that overall trend in towards the downside. We retest, and then again we push down lower. Now this is the overall supply zone that is in control, and again I'm still interested in further downside from that supply zone. Overall target is going to be the weekly liquidity low at around 105,420. So expecting that to get hit next on the dollar index. So still interested in that further downside. I am just simply following the overall daily fractal structure, and as we can see, that plays out beautifully. Here we had the daily supply zone playing out, and now again here we now have a daily supply zone that is playing out, and now again we have a new area of daily supply, which is this daily supply zone over here, because this is now your daily fractal high, your immediate market structure high, and as long again as that high is respected, we should continue pushing down lower. So again, from the dollar index, also looking for that further downside. We could still see some retracements, but still looking for a sell-off in towards 105,420. Going into AUDUSD, we can see that AUDUSD pushed up higher, obviously with EURUSD. First of all, daily time frame, let's zoom out a bit. Okay, so here on the daily time frame last week, I was preferably looking at longs from this area of demand over here. Obviously, when the market is extremely bullish, it will not always retrace in towards your preferred demand zone, right? So how do we understand the market is not going to retrace? Well, we look at the fractal structure. So the fractal structure, again, is the market structure of the individual candlesticks, and what we can then see here is that we break the fractal high up. This then over here becomes your fractal low, and this over here becomes your fractal high. So the immediate market structure here is bullish. We then draw in the premium versus discount tool, and you can see that we retraced all the way down into discount. Furthermore, on the daily time frame, or maybe if I zoom out to the weekly, you can very clearly see here that we liquidated the weekly low, and we're now looking for that reversal in towards the highs to take out pretty much this weekly bump in the road over here. Going into the daily order flow is also very bullish. Here we had a fractal low break, here we had a fractal high break, here we had another fractal high break, and now again we have a fractal high break. So overall the market is pushing extremely bullish in towards the upside, and I'm just looking to continue that overall order flow up higher. I then go into the 4 hour time frame, and we can see a very nice retracement in towards this fresh area of 4 hour demand. If I go in towards the lower time frame being the 1 hour, then you can see that we also, again, when we have an impulse up, we grab liquidity underneath the little bumps in the road. Okay, that is where the liquidity lies. So we grab the liquidity over there, and underneath all of these equal lows, a lot of trendline traders over here as well. All that liquidity gets grabbed, and we push in towards that demand, and then we break the fractal structure up higher. This was the fractal high that broke this fractal low. So market structure shift up higher. This then is your demand zone for now. So I'm still expecting that further upside from this area of demand that is currently in control. If we break this low over here, then we could see some further downside again. But for now, this demand zone over here is in control, and I'm still looking for further upside from it. Going into GBPUSD, GBPUSD over here on the daily did pretty much what we wanted last week. It reacted again to the daily fractal structure, which is this area of demand over here. So for now, this here is your protected daily low. As long as that daily low is respected, I'm only looking for longs. If we do see that low get broken, maybe a short-term short in towards this lower area of demand from again, where I'll be looking for those potential longs. Going into the 4 hour time frame, we can see that we are, we broke above kind of like this market structure over here. This is now your demand zone, but it's not a very clean demand zone. So I'm not really a big fan of GBPUSD. Overall, yes, this demand zone on the daily did play out nicely, as we can see from the arrow from last week, but now the range over here is very, very small, and we would have wanted to see some more momentum get kicked out, and then the retracement, and then the continuation, because now we haven't even closed above this overall line over here, this high. So now it's not very bullish, or that's not a very bullish sign. So what I'll preferably want to see is like another push up and then a more clear breakout. This then becomes demand, and then look to continue to trade that. So my preference goes out to AUDUSD and EURUSD for now, but overall GU still looks good for that further upside. Everything is still bullish. Could GU see another dump down? Yeah, could. Then we have this demand zone still open, and then we would use this here as a liquidity low, and that would be kind of what I would be looking for overall. So either we see this and then we see the push up, or we just see the push up from where the market is currently priced in at, but then we would again need to see the lower time frame shift trend. 15-minute trend here on GU is not very, very clear, in the sense that there's no kind of like sellers in control over here now with a clear trend. So what we can now see is that we're just grabbing liquidity underneath these two equal lows, and we're now pushing into this demand zone. So now what you want to kind of see is the market structure shift again, and that could indicate that we're ready to push up higher. but otherwise, yeah, we could just start selling off down lower again. So definitely wait to see if any of these demand zones, and this is kind of like the primary area of demand. Also, if you look at the 0.5 fib, we're now in the middle of the overall range. You can see 0.5 fib taps absolute perfection. So now what you would want to see is the fractal structure shift. So here, low break, then push up, fractal high break, and then look for those longs. So that's GU overall. But again, I think EU and AU look a lot cleaner. But yeah, still want to take out all of these equal highs here on GU. Going into NZDUSD, so NZDUSD itself is a long still that we're in. Very nice price action overall, not going to lie. What I'm looking for is still to take out this internal high and then push up into the weekly area of supply over here, and ultimately as well the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement on the weekly time frame. So still looking for that further upside. I'm still in the same long position as last week that I shared, and now what we can see is that the overall demand chain is still extremely clean. What I have here is this area of demand zone that is in control, and now we have obviously this demand zone over here in control. So the overall order flow is pushing up higher, so push up, push down, push up, push down, push up, push down, and I'm now looking for the next push up. So this demand zone needs to push the market up higher. Now I go into the 4-hour time frame, and then we can see that we reacted to that beautiful area that we already noted down last week, this 4-hour imbalance candle. We still also have this 4-hour demand zone open as well. So let's say we do liquidate these lows, then I'm still perfectly fine with looking for a long from that lower area of demand. But for now, the lower time frame is bullish, and we are reacting to this 4-hour area of demand. Go into the 1 hour, and then again, you'll see here very clearly that we're breaking market structure. So what we have here is low break. Here we had high break. Here again, we had high break. So push up, push down, push up, push down. And now I'm just looking for the next push up. Very similar to AUDUSD. Obviously, AUDUSD and NZDUSD kind of move in sync, but I'm looking for this demand zone to remain in control and still push NZDUSD up higher. If it does sell off down lower, then again, just go into the high time frame being the 4-hour, and then identify that this here is your 4-hour demand zone, and that this could then push the market up higher. But for now, still perfectly fine with remaining in this NZDUSD long position, and I'm still interested in further buys. Okay, going into gold last of all. Gold overall has been moving very, very choppy. I would not really want to be in a position at the moment on gold. We can see that we're stuck within an area of consolidation here. It's deciding where it wants to head next. This will be very heavily influenced by the ceasefire or agreement between Russia and Ukraine and the United States, its involvement. So yeah, you can see it's just moving sideways. So there's nothing really to trade on gold today. But when it does move sideways, you know that we can always apply the range trading tool. So when you apply the range trading tool, always look at the 0.25 and the 0.75 level. And yeah, just then, if you want, you could look at the 15-minute time frame for scalping opportunities, and then look to trade on those extremes. Okay, as simple as that. But I'm not taking any other positions on gold at the moment due to its corrective nature, which has already been the case since last week Tuesday. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another daily market outlook here. Again, do not forget we're doing a giveaway for 25,000 funded challenge account if you get at least 10 new subscribers to the channel. So make sure to compete. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Thanks, guys.